Hey you guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel with All Smiles Over Here. I am Sanja, like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm going to try not to keep it long, but y'all already know if it gets good, I'm going to do what? Keep on talking. The golden nugget is, once Source unlocks a door, that door stays unlocked forever, ever. What am I talking about? Well, have you ever been talking to somebody or somebody's talking to you and they are reminiscing? They are reminiscing about the days of yesterday, and they have this big bright light coming out of their eyes. They're blooming, they're glowing of all this happiness, good that they're telling you about that happened in the days of yesterday. And then as they continue to talk to you about it, you suddenly realize, at least this has happened to me, you suddenly realize that they're talking about this good as if they're not going to ever be able to get to that level or that point or that top or that height ever again. Because normally when they're talking about a good, you see them glowing, you see them smiling, they're telling you about all that, and then you get happy, you're like, what? Wow, yeah. And you waiting on, yeah, I'm getting back to that, and then it's like, yeah, but you know, that was then, and now, man, you know, I'm stuck here, and you go, what? I know me, whenever I hear that, you guys, I go to myself, I say, why are they talking about this as if they're not going to be able to achieve it anymore? Why are they talking about this as if they can't have this anymore? And they can. And I tend to tell them when they're in that conversation is, hey, you can get there again. Well, it's possible. It happened once before. It's possible. But sometimes people can be so much into their temporary state to where they would rather make it a permanent state because they're so afraid that they think, well, they're so afraid of, as in fear is playing a movie in their head saying that they could never get there again, that they don't have the right tools anymore, that they're too old, or they're too young, or they're too this and too that, so they can't get there anymore. So what they rather do, they rather reminisce of when they were like this, or when they were a happy couple, or when they were this and that, and that's not the case. When Source opens a door for you and unlocks that bad boy, when he unlocks the door for you, that door stays open forever. Just think about all the good that has transpired in your life. You remember when you were at peace, when you had love and joy, and those of you who are married, you remember when you first got married and y'all was just lovey-dovey. You were all on each other, being all frisky, still going on dates, just loving. Wives, you were respecting your husband and nurturing, and your husbands, you were being protective and providing and just being there, right? Y'all were just one in one, right? Just one in one. And somewhere down the line, learning experiences, or you got kind of stuck in a cycle of the temporary, right? It's not permanent, but you're just in that cycle of the temporary state that you're in, that learning experience. And now you look at other couples, other married couples, and you see other married couples holding hands. You go, yeah, I remember when. As if you're not going to ever see that before. I had someone tell me that before. My husband and I, we always, whenever we go for our anniversary, go out the country or whatever, go for our anniversary, people always think we're newlyweds, like we just got married. And when we tell them, no, this is year 18. This is year 19. You know, we're actually coming into our 19th year in March. But every time we go on our anniversary, people always would think that we were newlyweds. Why? Because it was like, people who've been married for over 5 or 10 years or what have you, they ain't still holding hands. They ain't still pulling out chairs and opening car doors. They're not still doing that. What happened? They forgot that door was unlocked. That love was unlocked in that door. They forgot. And they let the temporariness of the state of being in their life get them out of that door of love, out of that door of romance. And I'm telling you, you can always get back to it. That peace of mind that you had in the days of yesterday, it still exists. You just got to relinquish that temporary state that you're in. Not that, I'm talking about up here. Relinquish that temporary state up here and see yourself back in the peaceful state that has always been available for you. You get what I'm saying? Because you've been there before. So if you've been there before, now you know that you can get back to that state again. That's why I tell a lot of people, if you have accomplished it once, then 9 times out of 10, you could do it again. Think about it. Those of you who've ever ridden a bike, you probably had ridden a bike in like 20, 30 years now for y'all older people. If somebody give you a bike to get back on, I guarantee you can ride it again. I guarantee you can ride that bike again. Guarantee you. Same thing with a whole lot of other things. It works just like that. If you were in love with your husband 10 years ago, 15 years ago, y'all still married, then that love is still there. That door is still unlocked. You can still get that. You can still get back to that. Don't be in the days of reminiscing as if it's far out of reach, that you can't ever get back to it, because you can. If you got there before, you can do it again. I even talked to myself about that with weight. You know, I know, at least all of us know, when we were first born, we weighed about what, 7, 8, maybe 9 pounds, maybe some 5 pounds babies, and then you grew. Well, for me, I know there was a weight that I was comfortable in and I love and enjoy, and that's the weight I'm going back to, okay? And because I know I have lived and rocked and flaunted in that weight that I'm going back to, I know it's possible for me to achieve it again. And I'm focused. I'm using the right precaution and right actions this time, because the door has always been available for me. That door has never been shut. That door has never been locked. I have always had the door of opportunity open and unlocked for me to get back to that weight. The thing is, was I doing the proper things to get me back to that state? In other words, was I aligned and connected? Was I really asking source, what is it I should be doing to get back, so I can get back in the door? Because it's unlocked. I just need to know how I need to walk back to the door so I can unlock it, because I know it's unlocked, but I'm nowhere near the door right now. So listen, those of you who are in a state right now and you're thinking, I'm not going to ever get back to where I can move out of my parents' house and get back to my own place. Some of you probably had to move in with your parents for whatever reason. If you know you've lived out on your own before, then that door has already been unlocked. You can do it. And not to mention, let me tell you this. Don't confuse just because a door has not been unlocked in your life and you're trying to manifest something, but that door has never been unlocked in your presence. Well, when you haven't experienced that door being unlocked, then what you do, you look outside, because I guarantee your source have already placed somebody that you either pass by every day, or you may come in contact with them once a week or twice a week or whatever. Source have placed them in your life, and they are living in that unlocked door of the manifestation that you're bringing in. Do you understand? So when you see them, when you're line of connected, you'll be able to see them clearly and you'll be able to understand. You'll be able to ask them questions. Hey, I don't want to get all into your business, but what advice can you give me to getting to what you have right now? That you have, what advice would you give me that I can do to bring in that? You have access to it. Now, not to mention, that door is unlocked and you know it's unlocked. Just like I always forget this guy's name. He's a track runner, and they told him that he couldn't run a certain speed. They said a certain speed couldn't be ran. He just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it in a certain amount of time. And this dude didn't have an example. He had never done it before, and no one else had ever done it before. But he somehow knew. When I say somehow, source planted that gift within him to say, hey, listen, you can do this, do it. And he did it. He beat the world's record. He was the first one to be recognized to do it. What does that mean when I say he was the first one? That means that he was able to provide a look into an unlocked door. Because after he broke that record, baby, it was others that came right after him that did what everybody was saying that couldn't be done. But what happened? The other people had to see that the door had been unlocked. So don't y'all sleep on that. I know sometimes you, like I said, you may not have it around you where you can see that this has ever happened. Maybe you grew up in a household or a family, your whole family have never had such, and you've never seen success in your family. Or you never seen a whole lot of stuff that growing up. But just because you didn't see it growing up doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Doesn't mean that that door has never been unlocked. So sometimes you have to go out of the realm of what you've grown up in, or go out of the area where you have been saturated in, as far as seeing that this never came to pass, and this never happened, this never manifested, and we never had this, and we never had this, and da-da-da-da. Go outside of that. Go outside of that. And I guarantee you'll find that what it is that your heart is longing, those manifestations that you want to bring in, you will find that somebody has an unlocked door. Someone is living in that unlocked door that you want to manifest. And when you see that, just like those other track runners, you too, my smiles, will be able to live in that day of yesterday, accomplish what that manifestation is. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope y'all get the gist of it, that whenever Source unlocks a door, that door stays unlocked forever, ever, ever. And when you talk about your days of yesterday, I want you to make sure that you're talking about those days as if they are your right now, not as if they ain't coming back. I want you to talk about those days of yesterdays as if they are right now. Did you hear what I said? When you talk about those days of yesterdays, those good goods, talk about them as if they are right now. Okay? Do that. And then you'll find and you'll work your way back to those unlocked doors. I don't want you to be like those people on the movies. The doors can sometimes already be unlocked and a person needs to get in it, right? And with two people, and one person's all this big, big, and they're like, I'll get through this door for you. We don't have the key. I'm going to get in there for you. And they go back and run forward and, with the shoulder and go, they go back, and they run back, and hit the door, and hurt the shoulder, right? And then the other person that's with them go, man, they try to stop them before they run. Hey, man, hold on, wait a minute. And they grab the door now and say, it's open, man. The door already unlocked. Go on in. And that's a comical part of it. But sometimes when we're not aligned and connected and we're not really focusing on what Source has already done in our lives. Remember I did a golden nugget about remembering when? That's along this line as well. Once you reminisce, that's going to show you that those doors have already been unlocked. And when, like I said, when you're not aligned and connected, you aren't really aware. You end up being like the dude that's ramming himself against the door, trying to open a door, trying to break through a door when it's already locked. Yes. So listen, know for a fact. Don't believe, don't be hoping. Don't be hoping for something to happen. Because when you're hoping, you're saying that it ain't happened. It ain't never happened. You don't go off of hope. Remember I told you have to pair hope with what? Knowing. With knowing. When you know that thing has existed, then you know that it can happen again. So get to that state and plug in and be aligned and connected and know that it's going to happen for you again. Your marriage can get back to that state of that unlocked door of y'all being lovey-dovey, frisky, holding hands, kissing, and all this other good stuff, being nice and sweet to each other. You bringing him his plate and his slippers or whatnot, and he being nice and bringing you earrings and perfume and roses and tulips and all that other good stuff. It will get back to that. Why? Because that door has already been unlocked. You just got to find your way back to the door. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's it, y'all. So I hope y'all got the gist of it. I'm at 13 minutes. I tried not to ramble too much and talk y'all too much, but I really want y'all to understand that once Source opens a door for you and unlocks a door for you, that means that door stays unlocked forever and you can walk in it. You can walk in that thing, okay? So be mindful of that. I hope y'all got the gist of it, and I hope this helps somebody, because whatever situation you're in, if you feel like you're like, ugh, this is just not where I'm supposed to be, well, think about where you were. Where are you supposed to be? First of all, think about that. Where are you supposed to be? Where you see yourself? If you could see yourself and how you were back in the day, as far as not being in the same house and not being in the same car, I'm just saying being in that same state of abundance, if that makes any sense. So I don't want y'all thinking I'm telling y'all to go back and get the same car, to go back and get the same house, to go back and get the same. So that, because some of y'all have probably gotten divorced and ain't with the same person. I ain't telling you to go back and get back with your ex. I ain't saying that, y'all. I'm just saying that Source has already opened the door where you have experienced what love, true love is with being in a marriage. So if you're not married anymore, then you want to be married again. That door is open. You know what it takes to do that. You just got to get back to the unlocked door. That's it. So listen, y'all, just keep that in mind and know that when Source unlocks the door, that door stays unlocked forever and ever. And everything is a possibility. Everything is possible for you. And if you don't see it in your arena where you are, of that you're manifesting, that door, you don't see that unlocked door around you, look outside. Look outside. you'll find that there's somebody else that's living in the unlocked door that you're manifesting. And that'll give you your boost to let you know that, hey, I'm getting this. This is going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, you guys. With that note, I hope you get the gist of it. Not going to keep you guys much longer. So if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. And let me say this one more thing, y'all. Let me say this one more thing. Just don't think. I know it's been a long time since you got whatever, since the manifestation has come. I know you've been in this temporary state for a long time. I want to tell you that these unlocked doors that Source has given you, that He's unlocked for you, they weren't a fluke. You know what a fluke is. A fluke means that it is an unlikely occurrence. Like it's just once in a lifetime, once in a blue moon. You just got that luck by luck, and that ain't gonna ever happen for you again. It's not a fluke. It's not a fluke. If some of you guys were thinking that, oh, I was just supposed to be happy once. I was only supposed to be married one time. I was only supposed to have one good job. I was only supposed to drive in a nice car one time in my life. I was only supposed to have a spiritual awakening one time. I was only supposed to enjoy abundance one time in my life. I was only supposed to experience this greatness one time in my life. No, that's called a fluke. Unlikely occurrence. That's by luck. It ain't gonna happen anymore. No. Every good of abundance that Source has for you, that door has been unlocked, which means it's a reoccurring of greatness, of abundance, of all that you can ever think and ask of and create. It's available. That's why I tell you, you're gonna always be creative. It's gonna be always something good to get. Just like Apple, y'all know, just like all these Samsung and Apple, you get the first phone, and then what? They upgrade. You get that phone, they upgrade. You get that phone, they upgrade. You get that phone, they upgrade. It's not like it's once in a lifetime that you were able to get that and they're not going to ever create a new phone. No. It's abundance abundance is like a revolving door. It's going to keep going and keep giving and keep giving and keep. The more you ask, the more you can't ask. There's no way you can ask for too much. Abundance is going to always be there. Whether it's abundance in spiritual growth, whether it's abundance in your healing, in your body, for mental, spiritual, and all the other good stuff, whether it's abundance in whatever it is, it doesn't matter how much you ask of it, it's yours. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes people get to a place in their life where they think that they're asking for too much. Or, well, I had that before in my life and I don't want to be greedy. What? There's no such thing as being greedy. Not when you are aligned and connected, because Source is going to guide you and gift to you whatever it is and how much it is that you're supposed to have at that particular time. Not to mention when you know that Source is your source, because all resources come from the main source. You get that, right? So you don't have to store up like squirrels do, because they think they're going to be able to get in food during the winter time. You have to do that. When you get just enough, you get just enough for your right now. What is that? $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $5 million? If that's what you need for right now, for this year, for 2019, then you get just right there. And then when 2020 come in, you say, okay, so as I had $3 million last year, I want to get $6 million this year. Okay, this is what we're going for. And that's what you keep going. You don't have to say, well, I want to get all this, because you think it's going to be a lack, or you think you're not going to be able to get it. That's unreal. Source is where your resources come from, which means it's going to be always enough. Doesn't matter how much you ask for, what you ask for, when you ask for it, it's available. The door is unlocked. You have to make sure you're in character and know how to operate in this thing. You get what I'm saying? Okay? All right. And that note, y'all, I talk some more, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm going to go for real. But thanks so much for tuning in with me. And like I said again, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have to mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.